All right, so I'm constantly getting comments on YouTube about, oh, the reason you have problems with your Can-Am is because you bought the base model. Well, I didn't buy the base model. I bought the one up from the base model. So it's pretty much the base model, yeah. But the point is that every single Can-Am uses the exact same parts. You people are idiots and you're being persuaded by Can-Am's marketing. You'll notice that on Can-Am's website, when you read about all the mud bikes, it never says anything about, lower gear ratios for the XMR 650 or the 850 or the XMR 570. And there's a really good reason for that. That's because they don't have a lower gear ratio. Every single Can-Am except for the 6x6, and the 1000 XMRs, there's two of them now. There's the Renegade and the Outlander. All use the exact same gear ratios for low range. The bigger the motor, the higher the high range gear ratio they give you so you can go faster and vaporize yourself. Whatever. However, when Can-Am sells you a XMR 650, they put it on 28-inch tires, and they give you a radiator relocate, and they give you a snorkel, and they give you a clutch kit with different weights. That's all you're paying the extra couple grand for, is that junk right there. It's the exact same bike as everything else. Same frame, same axles, same trailing arms, same suspension travel. Some of them come with different shocks. Whoopee, it's the exact same bike. Same shitty transmission, same shitty rear differential as the 570. Can-Am is one of the laziest companies ever, but they market really well. They sell like 20 different bikes, which are all the same thing, just different color fenders, different bumpers, different radial locates. And you think, oh, I'm gonna go get the XMR 570. It's a better bike. No, it's the exact same thing. It has the exact same gear ratios. I've gone through all the parts diagrams and compiled a list of all the part numbers for all the different bikes. Here's the XMR 850. So when I went to the dealership today, they told me the XMR 850 had lower gears because it's mud specific and it comes on 30 inch silverbacks. Well, you look at the microfiche here. See these two gears right here? See these two gears right here? If you look at the part numbers, 22, 34, 22, 46 teeth, 34, 20 teeth, 22, 46 teeth, 34, 20 teeth. They're the exact same low range gear ratio. They have the exact same diff. They're geared exactly the same. Can-Am is lying to you. The 570, it uses the same style transmission as the 850, and they have the same low range gear ratio. The difference is one has 30-inch silverbacks. Yeah, how's that supposed to work out? It's not. They're scamming you guys. You think you're getting more for your money, but you're just getting the exact same bike dressed up. It's such a scam. They're charging $12,500 for the XMR 850, and they're not even bothering to give you lower gears. I have an Excel file where I've dumped all these numbers into, just copying and pasting them all off the microfiche. And when you compare the XMR 850 to the cheap base model, whatever, Chintzy 570L, they use 94% of the exact same components. 94%. The other 6% are stuff like body, like different high range gears, like the radiator relocate, the snorkel pieces, which, oh, by the way, you can bolt right onto the 570 because it's the same bike. They use different clutch weights, but they use the same belt, the same pulleys. It's such a huge scam. You think you're getting a bike, and that's why you read their advertisements, and they're so vague because they want you to think you're getting all this awesome stuff, but you're really not. When you compare this to Polaris Highlifter Edition, the 850 and the 1000 give you much lower gears. So Polaris is more honest in that it gives you a mud bike with big tires, but it gears down at low enough so you can turn them without smoking belts. Every XMR except for the 1000s is a huge scam. And they've all been a huge scam up until 2015. In 2015, they started putting the 6x6 transmission in the XMR 1000. And, it's a lot better now. And now the Renegade has the same one. But here's the problem with the XMR 1000. It's ridiculous. 59-inch, 59-inch wheelbase. That's a car, people, that has no turning radius. It's so long, it gets high center trying to climb out of holes. And the most ridiculous thing about it is the weight. Like, how do you expect to go through all kinds of mud and stuff when you have little skinny pizza cutter 30-inch really aggressive tires and your bike has a dry weight of 990 pounds? That's a dry weight of almost 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. That's a side-by-side, guys. That's not a four-wheeler. And then you're going to go and put Outlaws on it, of course, because those tires suck, and then you're even heavier. And that's the dry weight. My bike said it was like under 700 pounds, or it was like 670 or something like that. I weighed it, it was 730 pounds wet. So apparently Can-Ams take 60 pounds of chemicals. So this bike's well over 1,000 pounds. It's ridiculous. So the only Can-Am you can get that actually has low gears is too heavy to be useful. You're not actually riding that thing, you're just steering it. Although the all black does look great. That's all these bikes are for, though, is looks and maybe mud pit racing when you go really fast, but the wheelbase is too long for trails, it's too long for technical riding, and it's too heavy to ride. Your body language has no effect over what the bike is doing. All you're doing is sitting and steering, and I use that term lightly because you're not really steering. It has power steering. So basically, you might as well be sitting on your couch playing a video game because that's about the amount of effect you have on the vehicle. I'm surprised it's not fly-by-wire.